It's estimated that 32% of your compensation comes from your benefits, yet the average person skips through their benefits, doesn't look at it, doesn't analyze it, and moves on for the next year. When something is 32% of your compensation, you want to make sure you're maximizing it. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through multiple things that you need to look out for as you go through open enrollment. As many of you know, open enrollment is typically in November for the next calendar year. There are some companies who would do it differently. One of the companies that I have a salary with, they actually do it in June, but in general it's November, so I wanted to put this video out in time for you to learn. What do you need to look at? The first one is just your retirement contributions. So a lot of people have no idea about their 401k, what the 401k match is, if you have the mega backdoor Roth 401k, etc. So what you want to do is you want to go through your company benefits guide and see what it is. Are you utilizing it to the match? For most people who don't have a ton of income, utilizing it to the match is probably all you're going to do. For most people that I work with that are high net worth, high income, they oftentimes are maxing this out. They're in a really high tax bracket, and most times it's pre-tax. If they're in a middle low tax bracket, a lot of times Roth makes sense. This is the perfect time for you to take a look at it, understand what the match is, and if you have some extra income, increase that contribution by 1, 2, 3, 4%. Allow yourself to invest more. Number two is look through health insurance. I get it. I hate health insurance. You hate health insurance. Nobody likes paying all of the dollars that go to health insurance premiums and then also all the costs that come beyond that. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't pick the right plan. Oftentimes you're going to have a bunch of plans. You're going to have a high deductible plan. You're probably going to have a PPO. You're probably going to have a low deductible plan. And what we see is that most high income people say, hey, I'm just going to pick the lowest deductible plan that's probably the best for me. But at the end of the day, that might not be true. You need to look at deductible. You need to look at premiums. You need to look at HSAs. You need to look at if you have an HSA match. What is your coinsurance going to be? What is your out-of-pocket max? You need to look at all of these holistically and see what is the best plan for you. We have a spreadsheet we use with every client to help examine this, and oftentimes we see the HSA plan ends up being the best plan for those high-income people. Why? Well, because it ends up having lower premiums. Yes, you have a higher deductible, but when both of those are merged together and then you also add in the tax benefits of an HSA, it oftentimes wins. And as a reminder, HSAs are pre-tax. That money can grow tax-free and it can be used tax-free on health expenses in the future. It is a super powerful account, the most tax advantage investment account that exists. 3 is look at disability insurance. So most people have no idea what disability insurance is. Most people know about life insurance and that you should get some life insurance just in case you pass away and you no longer have your income to help your kids. Well, disability insurance is similar and it's actually used way more often. Socialsecurity.gov says that right now you have over a 30% chance of having a disability that puts you out of work throughout your career. 30% chance. That means this happens often. And a lot of times through your benefits at work, you get disability insurance. So they'll typically have short-term disability, which covers the first 3 months. And then you have long-term disability, which is typically 3 months all the way till you're about 65 or 67. A lot of times you'll get about 60% of your income. So let's say you make 500K, 60% of your income would be 300K. But a lot of times this doesn't work for high-income people because they'll have a cap of 10,000 a month or 20,000 a month. So you want to look at this and understand, what is my shortfall going to be? Pick the short term, pick the long term, but understand if the company pays for it for you and you become disabled and you get those benefits, it will become taxable. A lot of times you're able to pay for it yourself. This might cost 20, 30, 40 bucks a month, but then if anything happens to you, that benefit is not taxable. A lot of times paying for that makes sense as long as you have the dollars to do it. But again, if you make 500K and this is only going to protect 100K, understand you have a really big gap of lost income if you were disabled and could not work. It might be a really good reason that you might have to go external and get more. 4 is look at some of the other things that they provide, potentially like an employee stock purchase plan. A lot of people don't understand that you have an employee stock purchase plan. So let's say you work at a really big company like Microsoft. Microsoft would have an ESPP where you can put in $25,000 a year and you get some discount. Most times you'll see you get a 15% discount. So if the stock is worth $100, you get to buy the stock for $85. And a lot of them also have what's called a look back provision. This means that it's going to look at the lower price from the beginning of the enrollment period and then looking at the end of the enrollment period. So let's say it started at 85, it ended at 100, you would actually get 15% off 85. So you'd get a really good return throughout the CSPP. I see so often that people don't understand them, they don't know how to use them, and they don't even know that they have them, when at the end of the day, with just a 15% look back, you get over a 17% return, and then you sell, you pay taxes, but you have all these extra dollars with an over 10% return, where you're just optimizing what they offered for you. Number 5 is really just thinking through life insurance. A lot of times you're gonna get one-time salary of life insurance through work. That is normally not enough for the average young family. And then you could buy more through work. Oftentimes I don't advise this, because if you buy more through work and then you leave that job in a couple years and it's not portable, now you have to go apply and get approved for life insurance externally. And who knows what your health is gonna look like. You'll be older, so premiums might be more. So a lot of times it makes sense, take the free one-time salary, go buy the rest that you need externally so it goes with you between jobs. At the end of the day, those are the most important parts of your company benefits that you need to optimize. Again, 32% of your comp is estimated to be paid through benefits. Make sure that you are maxing out your benefits. Do not just skip through it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and go follow my page for more personal finance content. And as always, if you have any thoughts, please leave it in the comments below, and I promise to get back to each individual comment. See you next week.